Hello students! Today we are going to discuss basic fundamentals of web application development. In the modern era, each computer literate person uses web applications very often. Think of Flickr, Google Drive, Evernote, etc. Their usefulness is greatly valued by many users, and today we are going to find out more about the basic concept of web application development. So, let's get started. What is the web application? This is the first and basic question that we should answer. Web application refers to many programs that run on a website. Web application is the creation of software application to be used on World Wide Web. Web application development is defined as planning and creating application programs that reside on a remote server and after creating, delivering to the user's device over the internet. There are numerous examples of web application developments, and I'll mention some of them. They are used in online banking, online shopping, online reservation, interactive games, online training, etc. I'm sure that you can think of many more examples of the areas where the web applications are used successfully. There are different models of web application development. Each of these models consists of different layers or different tiers of logical computing. The most popular model of web application development is a three-tier model. Or three-tier architecture. It contains 3 layers of logical computing, and it is used to embed and integrate third-party software into the existing app. What's the good point, the good side of this model? It enables the creator to update the technology stack on one tier without affecting other areas of the application. It also allows development team to work on their own areas of expertise separately. So this 3-tier model includes 3 layers. The first one is presentation tier, the second business logic tier, and the third data access tier. This architecture divides the application process into 3 main parts. Let's talk more about these 3 tiers. What the users see in the web browser when they open a web page comes under presentation tier. Business logic tier represents business objects such as products or employees. A data access tier contains a database to store data which can read and write data. In each developmental process there are certain phases to be followed. This is the case also with web application development process. So, which phases are used within this process? The first one, requirement, then gathering and analysis, planning, designing, implementation, testing, and finally release. The most important tip for web application development is they should always aim for production. Then some more useful tips: they should reduce complexity, they should enable the user's flexible control, provide high quality results, and invest in the knowledge transfer. There are many different web application development technologies that I am sure that you are familiar with from your lessons in professional subjects, and I will name several of them: Ajax, ESP, ASP.NET, PHP, HTML, CSS, Python, Java. I'm sure that you mentioned the last 2 ones at least in your professional lessons within some other subjects. Which 2 main categories are involved in coding, scripting, and programming for creating web applications? So the procedure of coding, scripting, and programming includes 2 sides, client side and server side. The difference between both client and server side is that client side scripting or coding is viewable by any visitor, so it can be seen by any visitor, while server side scripting or coding is not viewable by any visitors, so no one can see it. All web applications use a database to store information about costs, products, description, and customer's order. To install web application, there should be a need of internet connection because web applications are executed on the internet. So this is the first and foremost prerequisite to have a good internet connection. Let's discuss the advantages and disadvantages of the use of web applications now. Of course, the first one is they are accessible anywhere. Since they are web-based, they are easily accessible anywhere or anytime if you have a stable internet connection on your PC. A very good thing is that you don't need to install these applications because they run on the web server. So it saves you time and energy to do it. The security matter refers to the safety of these applications, which is also very important. They are safe to use because these are deployed on dedicated servers which are monitored and maintained by experienced server administrators, so there is no worry about security. The only disadvantage that should be mentioned is actually the low internet connection or the low connectivity, which means that in that case the applications will take more time to run and it can cause the user some headache, and I'm again sure that you face these headaches a lot while working on your PC. So finally, the aim of this lesson was to introduce some new points about web application development and to be able to talk about it in English in very simple and your own terms. The questions that you should ask should show us if you actually acquired the terminology necessary to talk about this topic. So after reviewing the presentation, you should be able to answer the questions. What is the web application? Provide examples of web application development. Describe models of web application development. What phases are included in the web application development? What are the most popular application development technologies? What are the advantages and disadvantages of web applications? Explain in your own words. That's all for today. Thank you for your attention.